fear is not real. The only place that fear can exist is in our thoughts of the future. It is a product of our imagination, causing us to fear things that do not at present and may not ever exist. That is near insanity, Qatar. Now, do not misunderstand me. Danger is very real, but fear is a choice. We are all telling ourselves a story.
You need to make the effort. You need to show that you're committed for this thing. Then you're going to get more energy. I can't explain it to you guys. You got to do it. Get prepared beforehand so you don't have to get ready. Okay? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You need to put forth the effort as if you were already in the limelight, as if you were the fitness model, as if you were the bodybuilder, as if you were that CEO who already gets up at 4 a.m. after he's collected hundreds of millions. He's still doing it. Why? You need to find a why on the deepest level. And when you work, when you put forth action, when you put forth effort, when you put one foot in front of the other, and you shut that voice of doubt off, soon you get voices that are on your side. You get voices that are on your team. You switch from the negative to the positive. The fear doesn't go away, guys. The anxiety, this energy, this excitement will always be there. But they're just like weights on the bar. The stronger you get, the easier those weights become. So you build courage, you build the strength to be able to handle it. To being able to win what you want, to be able to get what you want, to be able to be who you want to be able to have what you want to have. You must enter a peak mental state. You must enter a peak physiological state. I hope you're with me in this quest to be a super soldier in this thing we call life, which is a war. Get ready for this war. You're going to lose some battles, but we have to win the war. That this whole life is going to be filled with fears, filled with uncertainty, and your job is to step in it with certainty, with the belief that you're gonna get through this thing, that it's working for you, that there's going to be faith in the end result if you move your feet and you take action. You gotta understand your final target, where that is, what the final destination of where you want to be is, what you're trying to achieve. Show that you are worthy of this thing, because there's gates there. There's gates there that are trying to keep you out. And 87% of people won't even step foot forward to try to unlock the gate. What's it gonna be like, guys? Are you gonna be ready for this thing? Are you gonna be ready to pop, to blow, to showcase your talents to the world? That's gonna be dependent upon what you put into it. It's about an intensity in your eyes, in your spirit, in your soul, to intertwine towards the target that you want to achieve. And the target that you want to achieve needs to be in alignment with your state. If you live out your dreams and not your fears, you will gain all of the experience and all of the internal success you need. Just follow this thing. It's calling out to you to do something. You gotta get up early. You need to create a morning routine for yourself so that you enter into a peak state, so you're ready to go for the rest of the day, so that you're ready to live out your purpose. You're ready to fulfill the task. Is your office session, what your day is like, is that indicative of who you want to be? And if you are living your fears, you will never discover it. You will never discover what your life is, what you are meant to do, what your purpose is, and you were designed to be somebody. You gotta be excited for life. You gotta be excited to live out your tasks. When you go to bed at night, do you wake up in the morning and say, I can't wait to do this thing? If you want to feel like a lion amongst the world of sheep, you're going to get up early, you're going to start your day early, and you're going to make a pact to make today the best day. And to do that means you got to maximize every hour. You got to be as productive as possible during this thing. Is your workout indicative of that? Is your business, the way that you're running it right now, indicative of where you want to be, that empire that you want to build? But you gotta be passionate. It starts with passion. It starts with a liveliness. It starts with a commitment. You gotta put forth the work first before the opportunities are gonna come to you, before the success is gonna come for you. You gotta understand that it's a process, man, and you may not get the result that you want today, but it has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect. And failure is an obstacle. It's set there to keep wussies out. And if you want to make today the best day, whoo, you gotta get up early. You gotta start feeling like a lion amongst this world of sheep. Get things done. The opportunities are gonna come, guys. I promise you, there's gonna be a boatload of them. Are you going to be ready for them? Are you going to be prepared? And you gotta make a pact to yourself that you're gonna make today the best day. So we're heading to the gym right now. And so our mind needs to be on the target, on the prize of what we want to achieve. See, we want results. And so we're gonna conform the workout to the results. We're not here to just go through the motions. So if we're thinking about other problems that are going on in our life while we're at the gym, well then we're not gonna have a maximum effective workout. How can we if we're thinking about our finances while we're doing the set? If we're thinking about the problems with our girlfriend while we're doing the reps? We have to cut out the distractions and we need to focus on the task that's ahead of us, what we want to actually achieve. So are we in there to correct muscular imbalances? Are we in there to build muscle? Are we in there to burn fat? What is the actual result, the target that we want to achieve? And then we have to go in there with 100% focus that we're going to actually achieve those results. That we're not just going to go through the motions in the gym, because what is that doing? What is that accomplishing? It's just wasting our time. We have to hyper-focus our attention in that discipline that's going on. And so that every rep needs to be catered towards the results. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. So a lot of us, and sometimes I get caught up in this, guys. We're in business, right? And so the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, most of our tasks result in actual nonsensical results. So 80% of our work is going to only result in 20% results, whereas 20% of our work is going to result in the bulk of what we actually see, our proceeds or our profits or rewards or whatever it is. So it's the same thing with life, guys. We got to stop getting caught up in the managerial, the minutia, the administrative tasks, when there's more important priorities that we can focus on. And of course we're going to get bogged down by emails and stuff, but unless we actually prioritize and say, you know what, that's not important right now, there are more things that are important, I must shut that off, or I can delegate, then we're actually going to see results with our life. So hyper focus your attention there and prioritize with what's important, and cater the office session, cater the workout to what you want to achieve, the actual results, the target that you're going after. You gotta get juiced up about life. You gotta get juiced up for today. You have to enter into a positive mind frame, into a peak mental state, so that you can get ready for this thing, so that you can take this thing. If we have opportunities and circumstances at every corner, do you think it's better to go into them with a positive mental frame of mind that, okay, this is working for me, or a negative frame of mind saying, that's not going to work out. I'm not going to waste my time with that. Why even bother? I am busy. I have to do this. I have to do... And you have this negative world going on inside you. All right? Albert Einstein said, The most important decision you have to make is whether this is a friendly environment for you or a hostile environment. So which one is it going to be? That is not a man that throws around words lightly. The most important decision. What do you see? Do you see the positive in situations, or do you see the negative? When you see people at Starbucks, do you see them as working for you? Okay, this girl likes me. I'm going to go talk to her. You know what? It may not work out now if I talk to this person, but it may lead to a business opportunity down the road. I'm not going to call this company because they're probably not going to, like me. They're probably not going to set me up for the interview, or I'm definitely calling this because they want to do business. It may not work out today, but it's going to lead to something down the road. What do you think is a better frame of mind to enter into? You got to be in the positive one. So sometimes when I'm feeling down, I got to get myself back into a peak state. I perform incantations every single morning. And oftentimes when I feel down, I'm going to revert back to sort of past memories where I felt amazing, like my childhood. I like movies, guys. I love movies. So you know what I did this morning? I grabbed a song that was from one of my favorite movies, Beverly Hills Cop. So I took the Axel Foley theme. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. And I was in a positive state, a positive mind frame to take this thing. All right, because we can have that same circumstance and we can view it as working for us towards propelling our future, or against us, pulling us down, pushing us down. So what's it going to be? Because Bruce Springsteen backstage, right? He would hear the roar of the crowd and he would say, my blood started flowing and my juices started going. And at that moment, I knew that I was ready to go out there and crush this thing. And other people are going to say, this blood, this feeling, this rushing, I'm tense, I'm nervous, I'm not ready. How do you perceive what's going on with your body? How do you perceive the events that are happening in the world? You got to take this thing. You got to be ready for this thing. I hope you have a positive day, because everything is at your fingertips if you choose to see it that way. So what's up, guys? It's midnight. I just got out of the office. All right, and so here's the deal. I don't have to be putting in these long hours. I don't have to be here until midnight, right? Like, it's not going to make or break my budget to be in the office until this late. It's not going to put food on the table necessarily tonight or tomorrow. I'll be okay, right? So I don't have a wife telling me that I need to do this. I don't have kids that I have to be in here for. But I do it anyway. I find a way to make it happen because something's moving through me to do it. And I want to leave my mark, so I got to put out as much as I can. And so when I get thoughts, I got to relay them to you, and I got to put them in the form of products and then also free information and help people, right? And so you need to get to a point where you're doing things not because you have to do them, but that you want to do them because you're in this quest to be the best you. And so that's the idea. Changing your shoulds, or what you could do, to a must for yourself, not for anybody else. That you must do this for yourself. And I've changed my shoulds, that I should be in the office late at night, that I should be working long hours, to that I must do this, that I must commit to this, that I must give up a lot of other things, that there are alternatives, there are distractions out there, and I choose not to give into them when I have something more on the line, which is this, that's moving through me. And so there's a tall building, right? There's a tall building up there. And so when you have goals, and so hopefully they're high like a tall building, the quickest way to get there is the elevator, guys, right? You know this. That's the fast track way up. But what if there was no elevator, right? What if that book that you write, that you had to go to a bunch of publishing companies, that a lot of them just rejected you? What if there was no fast track? Then what? Then you have to take the stairs. You got to find another route to climb that building. You got to climb it with, right, your hard effort, your work. You got to put in a little more work. And what if there were no stairs? Well, then you got to find a way. You got to maybe scale up that building, right? Or if there was a rope hanging down, then you could grab the rope. And what if there was no rope? You got to find a way. And that's the attitude that you have to, that has to live inside you. You have to always find a way to make it happen no matter what. Because there is not going to be an elevator a bunch of the time. Most of the times, there is no fast track for anything. I never ran into one person who was really successful that got it right the first time in business. That got the body of their dreams without having to put in long hours. Whatever your goals are, you're going to have to give up distractions, you're going to have to give up alternatives, and you're going to have to scale this freaking thing. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. You're going to have to put in work. And you're capable of it. It's just if you want it. If you want it bad enough. That's on you. Ah, what a beautiful morning. It's early in the morning. We're out on the road before the sun comes out. If you're not the first one to get up out of your house, and you're 15, you're 20, you're 30 years old, there's a problem there. See, the early bird does get the worm. Because if we put in the same amount of work, right? You're a night owl, and I'm up early in the morning. And I used to be a night owl, guys. And I'm going to get into exactly why driven people, right? Science talks about correlation, never causation. But science talks about smart people like to stay up at night. You're searching out for something. We'll get into that in a second. But you are essentially going to be playing catch up if you're a night owl. Because if I'm up early in the morning, right, I'm prepared before the day starts. Before businesses are open, and you sleep till what, 11, 12? What time are financial markets open? Before you're awake. What time does the mail get delivered? If I get an urge after my preparation to call certain companies, are they open at 2 a.m.? I don't think so. I'll get a ring, and no answer. But during the day, I'll get answers. During the day, I'll be able to accomplish things. But if my preparation is there before that day starts, I'm running circles around you. Because you're groggy at 12 o'clock when you first wake up, just like I'm groggy when I first wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Right? And it takes some time to warm up, like the Ferrari. See, I used to respond to people on Instagram comments and so forth, and I realized that it wasn't the actual person that I was ever getting angry with or frustrated with or trying to prove a point, not getting this verbal sparring match. But I received a comment from somebody, actually, that gave me an emotional charge. And now I know what to do with that emotional charge. It's about taking the idea that you're hooked on, never the person, and to take action in the direction that you want to provoke change with. Positive action. See, you got to lead by example. You have to show the value in it before anyone else is going to adopt it, buy in. So standing out there with, right, rallies and signs when you don't have your own act together is really useless. And it takes a while to understand that, but eventually you do. And eventually you stop becoming a martyr through your words, but you become one through your actions. Right? So take that to heart. Whenever you get an emotional charge for something, whenever you're hooked on something, it's the idea, never the person, and you should always take positive action in the direction of provoking the change that you see, that your vision of the world can be influenced in a positive manner towards other people to help them. Not just to prove that your point is right, but to help them. So what you're looking for when you're a night owl, because I was a night owl, and I prefaced that already, but what you're looking for is alone time. So you're staying up past when everybody else goes to sleep, usually, because you want to be alone. You want to be alone with your thoughts, and you're saying that's when your mind is churning. It's just because you've conditioned yourself that way, for your mind to be churning at that time. I know it because I fell into this pattern, this habit, this routine. It doesn't mean it's the most optimal routine. See, science will lead you to believe certain things, right? But science is underdeveloped. What it says today, 100 years from now, will be totally different. That's the reality. That's the facts. What our science says today is different than it was 100 years ago. It's being improved upon, expanded upon. And so science shows correlation, never causation. It can never prove that something directly caused something else. Very rarely. We would have to have a whole bunch of identical twins with the exact same DNA and control them for their entire life to ensure that it actually caused it. And those kinds of studies are just, they're not possible. We have epidemiological studies. These are the kinds of studies that we have in terms of science. So it's not perfected. Keep that in mind. But what you're looking for is alone time, to be alone with your thoughts. And I suggest that you have a whole bunch of alone time throughout the day. But get up early in the morning to do it. Get your routine before everyone else is up. Because the opportunities will come to you at the right times of the day. And you need to be prepared for them. And if you just want to be different, right? And you should be different, you're unique. But you should be different in your purpose. Not rebel against the way that the world works in terms of the schedule. That's not being different. That's just being rebellious. That's just not understanding what your result is, your intended result. And so you have to always understand the result that you want to achieve when attacking anything in life. You can't go off of just pure emotion. You have to go off of principle, right? You think that the emotion is being caused by the fact, okay, that you get more energy at night. That's just because you've conditioned yourself that way. There's no such thing as a morning person, a night person. You could train yourself to be either. And to say that you're not a morning person, you will always have that limiting belief carrying over your head that you can't get up early and you can't function well early. It's a limiting belief. Don't let that bog you down, because you're capable of training your mind to do whatever you want, but you have to want it. You have to find good enough reasons for it. So, never brush off anything that you've never tried yourself. Don't think you're too good for something just because logic is dictating based on your ego, essentially thinking your way is the right way. I used to be like this. Always try it, and then you make the choice of whether that's going to work for you in your life or not. So why don't you try it? Why don't you try waking up really early and seeing how it works out for you? Do it for a few weeks. Get in the mode. And then at that point, you can make the choice and determine what's a better life for you. But don't say that you're one way, when you really could be anything you want.
Whatever you're not good at, that's your gift. You're not hearing me. This is the insatiable drive that will live inside you. Something that's calling out to you but scratching at you every single day that I'm not good at this, so I have to get better. I must get better. I want this so bad. With your calling will come massive fears associated with it. This is different from your talent. This is different than the things that you know you're good at. This is something that's scratching at you every single day that you know you need to work on. You know you need to improve. Something that's scratching at you. And here's the thing. Your heart knows it. Your heart knows it, but your eyes, your mind can't see it. And it's just like looking over the water. Sometimes you can't see the land on the other side, right? But does that mean that it's not there? Amerigo Vespucci, Christopher Columbus, they had to just dive in. They had to just go because their heart called out to something. And so your eyes may not be able to see it, but your heart knows where it is. And you have to believe in it. You have to have faith in that. You have to trust in that. That there is a new land on the other side, a promised land, a land of opportunity, a land that will fulfill who you want to be. But you have to cross the ocean. You have to cross the dreaded waters. You have to cross this murkiness, this unknown, to get to the other side. And so that's following this thing. And no one else may believe in you because they can't feel your heart, your heartbeat that's calling out to this. And so you can live out your fears that maybe there's no land on the other side. Maybe I can't see it, so it must not be there. Or you can live out the belief that it's there. Something that you know deep down inside that it's there. But if you suppress it, then you're caving into your imagination. This fear of failure that's made up in your mind. This fabrication of reality. It's not real. It's just made up in your mind. And you have to make a decision of which you're going to follow through on. What the eyes can see or what your heart can feel. Make the choice.
So the warning light is really beneficial. It's something that's helpful to us, right? It alerts us that, hey, there's an issue. There's a problem going on, and you need to fix it. But what good would it serve me if all I thought about was the fact that I don't have gas? If I kept saying to myself, oh my God, I don't have any gas. Wow, the fuel level is low. It's depleting. I'm going to run out of gas. And I stay on the highway, and I never pull over, and I just focus on the fact that I don't have gas. I focus on the problem. We focus on problems, but we got to focus on the solution. Progress in terms of improving your situation, improving your happiness, improving your life from every aspect, from every corner, that's a choice, right? And so that's the key. Making decisions, real decisions with real power, okay? So wishing for something is not enough. Your eyes may not be able to see it, but your heart knows where it is. And you have to believe in it. You have to have faith in that. You have to trust in that. That there is a new land on the other side, a promised land, a land of opportunity, a land that will fulfill who you want to be. Everything that you're not achieving in your life is because of you. You are in control of your success. You are in control of your failure. You may not control everything that's outside of you, the external world, but you have to assume 100% responsibility. You have to take full control over your life if you want this thing to change for you. You must assume responsibility for everything that's taking place in your life. 10,000 hours is only for you to get great, not for you to be a master, okay? Not for you to be a master. 10,000 hours? That's 5 days a week working 8 hours a day. That's a normal 9-to-5 job the last time I checked. Right? 40 hours a week for 5 years. That's 10,000 hours. Do not call yourselves a master because you worked at a career for 5 years. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. You may be great in certain disciplines with that attitude, but that's an average mindset. You could become a legend.
And if you want to be a legend, talk to me when you've done something for 20 years. Talk to me when you've done something for 30 years, when you're obsessed over it. When you work double time, when you work overtime shifts, when you work the weekends. Get obsessed with something that moves you. You need to take it personally. I want you to cry right now. Whatever change in your life that you want to have, that you must have, you need to take it personally. You need to cry. Your finances are low, cry about it. Cry about it. Take it personally. You're overweight, take it personally. I want you to cry about it. Whatever is going on in your life, whatever is going wrong, I want you to take it to a whole new level that you must make this change. You must be great. Because it doesn't matter what talent you're born with, guys. It matters about your standards. It matters about your expectation, about what you expect out of yourself, what you expect out of life. If you want to be great, you must be willing to go through all the tasks necessary to be great.
The early bird gets the worm. You gotta get up early. You need to create a morning routine for yourself so that you enter into a peak state so you're ready to go for the rest of the day.
Is your office session, what your day is like, is that indicative of who you want to be?
Because it's about deliberation. It's about focus. It's about channeling the energy in the right place, not letting it scatter. When this owns you, when this possesses you, when your spirit, when your soul, and when your mind are all met with alignment, then you're going to go places. Then you're going to be dangerous. Then you're going to live out things that you never thought were possible, guys.
You got to look at the bodybuilder. You got to look at the fitness model that you're trying to get. Look at them while they're in the gym. Are they taking 2-minute breaks? Are they on their phone the whole time? Are they cutting out of their workout session early? Are they cutting their sets short? Are they not going to failure?
Gotta get up. You gotta be excited for life. You gotta be excited to live out your tasks. When you go to bed at night, do you wake up in the morning saying, I can't wait to do this thing? Successful people use these opportunities as moments to transform their life because they're ready for it. They're ready to take it. But you gotta be passionate. It starts with passion. It starts with a liveliness. It starts with a commitment. You gotta put forth the work first before the opportunities are gonna come to you, before the success is gonna come to you.
You gotta conform the session now to the results.
It's time right now. Stop hitting the snooze button for 30 minutes. Stop hitting the snooze button for another hour. And you need to get up now.
And you may not get the result that you want today, but it has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect. And failure is an obstacle. It's set there to keep wussies out.
And you need to be the one to decide that you're going to take this thing. That you have the mentality that you're going to enter in there in a peak state.
If you don't deserve it because you didn't show your level of commitment, you didn't show your level of dedication, you didn't show that you can handle this thing in the beginning, then why do you deserve the results?
Are you a man of your word? Are you a man who wants to represent that ideal of the strength of discipline, the strength of character that you are portraying to everybody else?
As if you were that CEO who already gets up at 4 a.m. after he's collected hundreds of millions. He's still doing it. Why? You need to find a why on the deepest level.
Who will not give in? It is a matter of will. It is a matter of character. It is a matter of discipline. It is a matter of integrity. It is about doing what you said you were going to do.
Change starts when you make a decision. And that could start today. And that should start today. And that must start today.
You have to flip the switch. Right now. Right now. You have to inject the certainty. You have to get the rage inside you.
So why don't you start today? Why don't you make a decision to take this thing personally? That you're not going to be this person anymore. That you're fed up with this person. And you are going to be on a new path with the decision that you make today.
Because it's all about your expectation. It's all about your standard of excellence. to attack this thing with absolute certainty that you were going to win this. Now go dominate.